Thank you. Thank you. I graduated high school in 1962, and then I went off to college to Texas Tech in Lubbock. I went to Lubbock because it was as far as I could get from my hometown of Port Arthur and still pay in-state tuition. I went there to be a lawyer because I wasn't smart enough to be an engineer. In my very first semester at Texas Tech, I came face to face with what would become my passion, my career, and my life. And that was the theater, entertainment, showbiz. At that exact same time, I came face to face with someone who would become my best friend, my inspiration, and my idol. Now, the inspiration and idol part really came from the fact that he was so much older than I was. So I looked up to him naturally. But it was always also because he was a wonderful and talented actor, and I knew that I could learn from him. In January of this year, Barry Corbin and I sat down together in a bar, and we had a drink, something at which we both are very talented at. And we had that drink to toast our friendship of 50 years. It's been a 50-year great friendship. He's been my friend, he's been my partner, not in the I wish I could give you up kind of way, but although we've probably been accused of that too. But we were partners in his plays that he wrote and I directed. Well, actually, he wrote them, I directed them after I rewrote them. And then we produced them together. And as a matter of fact, it was an evening of one act that Barry wrote and I directed and cast us both in. It was from that evening in Los Angeles that our television and film careers actually began. We can go to the day, to the night that we were seen by agents in a play in two one-acts, Easy Snooze Motel and the Whiz Bang Cafe, plays about Texas, about Throckmorton, Texas, that started our film and television careers. We gave up doing Shakespeare and started doing great work like Murder, She Wrote and Charlie's Angels. But it wasn't the first play that we had ever done. The first play we ever did was a play called The Firebugs by Max Frisch. But the second play we did together is the play that solidified our friendship for a lifetime. And that was a production of Romeo and Juliet. In Romeo and Juliet, Barry played the very best part in the play, Mercutio. I played the absolute worst character written in all of Shakespeare, Benvolio. Why is Benvolio the worst? Because Benvolio's the guy, as you know, Shakespeare wrote everything in threes so his audience could remember, because they were all, well, they were much like this audience. And so you had to tell them 3 times in order to get them to remember it. Benvolio was the guy that came out and told what had just happened. One of the most famous scenes in the play is the death of Mercutio. And Benvolio has to come out after he's been stabbed and wounded, after he's died, after it's been told and seen. He has to come out and say it again. I'm a young actor. I go to Barry and I say, Barry, I know you. I know when you come off the stage, the character is gone. I know that you want to take a whiz and you want to smoke a cigarette. I said, but I just don't feel that I can go back on the stage and tell about the death of Mercutio. I just can't do it. I need to experience it. I need to feel it. It was, it was my Stanislavski bullshit era. And I said, I know I'm asking for a lot of tolerance and I'm asking for a lot of patience and indulgence, but would you mind when you come off, before you go and take a leak, could you stay in character and die in my arms? I cannot tell you over the next almost 50 years the number of times I have seen that same look on his face of incredulity at some suggestion of mine. And being a man of great compassion and tolerance and indulgence, he said yes, he would do it. So every night he came off stage after he had been wounded, clasping his side, screaming curses on both, a pox on both your houses. He would come off stage, and there I would be waiting on the ground, and he would collapse into my arms, and he would die again. He would gurgle, he would spit, he would twitch, and then he would say, "Go forth, Benvolio, and tell them how thy friend Mercutio has gone into the clouds." And I would go out, and I would cry, and I would act my ass off. Half a century later, we are standing here. Half a century. He has never, ever wavered in that friendship. He has continued to be so tolerant of me, so indulgent. He has died off stage so many times for me and for so many others, so that they could go on and do their best work. The people that love this man the most are the actors who have worked with him, because all he does is what he can do to make them look good. And for that, he still to this day inspires me. He is my idol. And most importantly, he is my friend. The members of the Texas Film Society, you have done yourselves proud tonight by inducting Barry Corbin into your Hall of Fame. I congratulate you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of hundreds, thousands of actors who have gotten to work with him over the years, my friend, Barry Corbin.